Security and Risk Analysis, Fall 2015, Professor Steve Tomasco. This is our G8 final presentation. We will share the details provided by the information gathered, and each G8 team will present their summaries of their subject matter areas in the following slides. World leaders from Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the United States come together to form what is known as the Group of Eight, or what is more commonly known as the G8. The G8 coordinated intelligence teams have determined that a plot exists for what could have been the single most deadly terrorist attack on U.S. soil. The attack is being planned and originates from Lebanon, with involvement of resources from most known terrorist organizations worldwide. A Palestinian man named Ramadan Shalab has been determined to have masterminded the plot against the U.S. Shalab set up headquarters in Lebanon. There, worldwide operations were conducted. Shalab's followers know him as Ustaz, or the Great One. He is a well-educated man possessing several PhDs in economics and finance. Shalab is also one of the founders of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, PIJ, a known terrorist organization. The primary target of the attack is Washington, D.C. The attack will occur on 22 Jumada Thaniya, 1438, which is an Arabic date. When this is converted to the Gregorian calendar, we know it as March 21, 2017. Reporting indicates that the submersive device will traverse the Potomac River and Washington Channel, thus attempting to make landfall in the vicinity of the National War College. The target area is the riverfront at the National War College, located adjacent to Reagan National Airport. Weapons of mass destruction will be assembled in the Grozny area of Russia. Once built, the weapons will be transported over land via truck to Varnia, Guinea, and then flown to Colombia. Departure from Colombia will transgress over land to Barbados. Once the devices have arrived in Barbados, an attack cell composed of 8 Indonesian pirates will pilot a submersive device, transporting the weapons to the target area in Washington, D.C. Team Russia will now share their subject matter expertise.
Russia will now present the organizational chart and key players involved in this major terroristic operation. Adam Gadon was born in California on September 1, 1978. He is currently believed to be located in South Waziristan, Pakistan. Adam is a senior-level operative for Al-Qaeda, an American citizen known to be involved in numerous terrorist activities, and is head of recruiting for the operation. Gadon is known for recruiting members through his production and distribution of terrorist videos. His known aliases are Adam Yai, Gadon, Adam Perlman, and current knowledge of the languages spoken are English and Arabic. Adam Yilmaz was born in Turkey in 1979. Adam is a known associate of Fritz Gelowicz and convicted terrorist with a connection to the Islamic Jihad Union. He is also the documents forger that was recruited by Mohammed Castro. We are not aware of any known aliases, and current knowledge of languages spoken are German and Turkish. Muhammad Ali Castro Hamadi was born in Lebanon on June 1964. Muhammad is a member of Hezbollah and has been enlisted by Thurwat Shihada to provide surveillance and documents. His known aliases are Castro and Ali Hamadi. Current knowledge of languages spoken are German, Arabic, and some English. Fritz Gelowicz is a member of the Islamic Jihad Union terrorist group and known associate of Adam Yilmaz. He was recruited by Muhammad Ali Castro Hamadi to provide surveillance with Sharif Mobley and Attila Salek. His known aliases are Abdullah, Feliz, and Ricardo Clement. Aliases in current language unknown. Michael McKevitt is a former leader of the Real IRA, current leader of the New Republican Forum, and known associate of the ETA, as well as the Palestine Islamic Jihad. He is involved in connecting Ramadan Shalah to Mikel Ansa and his wife Maria Nbato, who are providing the financing for the attack. His only known alias is Green Island. Shoko Asaharo is the leader of the Aleph terrorist organization, which is the group responsible for the 1995 Tokyo subway sarin attack, killing 13 people and affecting 6,000 more. He is currently awaiting execution in prison, however continues to recruit supporters. Asaharo is also linked to Hisako Aishi, who continues to provide information to Asaharo. Aliases in current language are unknown. Ayman al-Zawahiri was born in Maidi, Egypt in June 1951. He is a trained physician and former leader of the Egyptian Islamic Jihad and current leader of Al-Qaeda. He is the brother-in-law to Salah and responsible for recruiting Gothard Lurch to assist with assembling the weapon. His known aliases are Dr. Ayman Muhammad Rabi, and current knowledge of languages spoken are Arabic and French. Ramadan Shalah, aka Ustaz, was born in Saya, Gaza Strip in January 1958. He is one of the founders of the terrorist organization Palestinian Islamic Jihad and is believed to be the mastermind behind the attack. The reference to Shalah is referred to as giving orders, directing money, negotiating for weapons, and recruiting a number of individuals including Shamil Basayev, Michael McKevitt, and Ayman al-Zawahiri. His known alias is Ustaz, and current knowledge of languages spoken are English and Arabic. Viktor Bout was born in Dushanbe, Tajikistan in 1967. He is the director of weapons manufacturing and transportation and an owner of several shipping companies. He is known to be working with Thurwat Shihada and is responsible for the procurement of the weapons for this attack. In addition, Bout has directed the apparent forced cooperation of the Indonesian pirates, and current knowledge of languages spoken are 6 or more. However, current intel does not provide any further details. Shamil Basayev, weapons assembler, was born in Nizhny Vidino, Chechnya, in January 1965. He is a Chechen militant Islamist and the leader of the Chechen separatist movement. Shamil is a radiological weapons expert recruited by Ramadan Shalah. Shamil, along with the Gothard Lurch, are responsible for assembly of the weapon. Shamil's government connections are being used to bring various pieces of the weapon to Sugma rail station in Abkhazia for assembly and to allow the device to be transported overland to Farana, Guinea. His known aliases is Abdallah Shamil, and current knowledge of languages spoken is Russian. Gothard Lurch is an engineering expert provided by Salah's brother-in-law, Ayman al-Zawahiri. He was recruited by Shamil Basayev to assemble the weapons used in this operation. Lurch is known to have previously assisted Pakistani scientist Abdul Qadir Khan in the transfer of nuclear secrets to foreign nations, and aliases in current language unknown. Mikel Ansa was born in San Sebastian, Spain in 1961. He is the leader of the ETA, which is also known as Basque Homeland and Freedom, a separatist group operating out of the northern part of Spain and southern France. He and his wife, Maria Soledad, aka Ambato, are responsible for financing this operation. They make their money via kidnapping, extortion, and drug trafficking. They are selling drugs supplied by Nicola Panara on consignment to provide additional funds for the operation. His known alias are Mikel and Mikel Albiza Ararti, and current language is unknown. Nicola Panara was born in Casal de Principe, Italy. He is suspected leader of the Italian organized crime group Kesulesi clan of the Camorra, and has been recruited by Ramadan Shalah Ustaz through Michael McKevitt to transport the device to Farana, Guinea. Once in Colombia, Panara is also tasked with transport of the weapon to Barbados and then to the United States. Current knowledge of language spoken is Italian. Hisako Ishii is a known member of the terrorist organization Aleph and mother to the children of leader Shoko Asaharo. She was originally enlisted to assist in the attack, however was later dismissed. She still seems intent on moving forward with the electronic attacks that she has planned, which may introduce an additional target. She is providing information to the imprisoned Shoko and was a source of information that was provided the date of the attack. Current knowledge of language spoken is Japanese. Tharwat Salah Shehada was born in Egypt in June 1960. He is a militant Islamist with links to senior officials from several Islamist organizations and is working closely with Ramadan Shalah in organizing and executing the operation. Salah and Victor Bout are responsible for the procurement of the weapon for this attack. Salah has also enlisted Muhammad Ali Castro Hamadi to provide surveillance and documents. A known alias is Tarwat Salah Abdallah, and current knowledge of language spoken is Arabic. Aris Sumarsono was born in Jakarta, Indonesia in 1963. He currently leads a squad of militants called Laskar Kos, whose members were recruited from 300 Indonesians trained in Afghanistan and the Philippines. Aris was implicated in the suicide bombing at a Marriott hotel in Jakarta, killing 12 people in 2003. His known aliases are Aris, Dodd, and Zulkarnain. Current belief on language spoken is Arabic and Indonesian.
I am Adam Fedor, team leader for Country Team Canada. In the following slides, I will detail the attack location, the intelligence reports that led us to this conclusion, and the value of the selected target. The final location for the attack is Washington, D.C. While the exact location is difficult to pinpoint, all evidence points to the National War College as being the epicenter. We assessed the weapon to be a thermonuclear bomb, commonly referred to as a hydrogen bomb. Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States, and a successful terrorist attack would cripple the United States governing bodies. The psychological impact of such an attack would also be devastating on the same or greater level than the attacks of 9/11. On August 15, 2016, in a raid on the residence of known terrorist sympathizer Sharif Mobley, the FBI seized a laptop that contained encrypted files. They were able to decrypt some of the files and retrieved several pictures indicating possible targets. The pictures were labeled with the transliterated Arabic alphabet letters A, Ba, Ta, and Gim. These letters do not quite line up with the Arabic alphabet, and Gim should be spelled Jim. We assess these inconsistencies to come from Mobley's limited knowledge of the Arabic language. In a Canadian SIGINT report dated 21 December 2016, 2 unidentified males stated that the fleet will not be in port at Target 3. This lines up with the map of Norfolk Naval Station, which has the third letter of the Arabic alphabet written on it. The map of Washington, D.C. has the second letter of the Arabic alphabet, which corresponds to Target 2. According to a United Kingdom's SIGINT report on 30 December 2016, an unidentified male told Tharwat Salah Sheheta that the Ustaz authorized the attack on Target 2. Japanese intelligence services intercepted an email stating that this attack is set to occur on 21 March 2017. The attack cell will move submersed up the Potomac River towards the National War College. Once they reach land, they will disembark the submarine with their payload. The thermonuclear devices will be triggered at the National War College in order to maximize the effects of the surrounding areas and to limit the risk of authorities preventing their detonation. This location may be moved if necessary to Haines Point, located just southwest of the National War College. We assess the weapon or weapons to be small thermonuclear bombs. Given the group's level of sophistication, we assess the maximum yield of each device to be 10 kilotons. The effect of 10 kiloton bomb on the Washington, D.C. area will be devastating. Within a 1-mile radius, there will be severe structural damage and massive casualties caused by flying debris in the shockwave. Up to 2 miles from the blast site, lethal doses of radiation and firestorms from the heat wave will cause more deaths. The effects of the electromagnetic pulse will be felt up to 3 miles from the epicenter. In addition to the loss of life, all electronics will be disabled, potentially causing more accidents and hampering rescue efforts. The radioactive fallout from such an attack would then irradiate a significantly larger area. With over 20 million visitors per year to the Washington, D.C. area, a terrorist attack would have casualties that range in the thousands and possibly tens of thousands. A successful attack would cripple the U.S. and would most definitely give the terrorist group a huge boost to financing and recruits for future attacks. The Capitol building will likely suffer significant damage from the heat wave, and all occupants will receive high levels of radiation exposure. The White House, on the other hand, is far enough away that it would likely remain intact. Much of the damage at this range would stem from the electromagnetic pulse. Two more critical locations within the 3 miles of the blast site are the Pentagon and Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. An attack that destroyed all or a portion of the Pentagon will be devastating to the Department of Defense and have mass casualties. If the building was somehow left unharmed, the electromagnetic pulse would significantly disable the DoD's abilities. All air traffic would lose contact with the tower at the airport. Electronics on aircraft that are currently landing or taking off would be fried, causing crashes, and travelers in the airport would be subjected to high levels of radiation from the initial attack and the fallout.
The following weapons analysis is presented by Team Japan, and the voice narrations are done by Raj Thakur, the lead for the group. We hope to conclude what kind of weaponry will be used for the attack on the United States of America. First, Fritz Gelowitz contacted Arisuman Sono to recruit a group of men. These men happen to be Indonesian and as well Somali pirates, and 8 of them will be involved. This newly assembled team will be called a strike team, and from all the intel gathered up, we discovered that they will act as martyrs and will travel from Asia to Cuba and then on to the United States near the eastern border, near the suggested targets which were in Washington, D.C. These targets include the National War College in D.C. This plan will involve weaponry traveling to the United States by a submarine vessel in which the martyrs will be inside. They will be along the eastern side border near Washington, D.C., and once they reach the site, the martyrs will disembark and move to their designated targets to release their weapons. They essentially will detonate themselves and blow up as much as possible of the site they can. The weaponry that will be used is a portable thermonuclear device that can be carried on to the human body. Although it is small to carry, it will be a large-scale attack. Many people can be affected by this explosion, and especially when there are 8 people carrying out these attacks at multiple destinations. They will be using a small thermonuclear bomb attached to them so they can avoid detection in public.
This is Brett Moody, representative for Team Italy. Based on valuable intel, the transportation for an attack will be orchestrated by Nicola Pinero, Victor Boat, Aries Samarasano, Indonesian and Somali pirates. Nicola Pinero is Italian-born and a member of the Castellucci clan of Camorra, an Italian organized crime group in the Campania and Naples region of southern Italy. Nicola was recruited by the leader of the operation, Ramadan Shalah, also known as Ustez, due to being a friend of Green Island. Pinero has no personal affiliation to the cause. He is a hired worker in it for profit. Shalah wants Pinero to transport a fragile and special package from the Eastern European area to South America. Pinero suggests the route through Guinea by truck. Russian intel has noticed suspicious activity in Sukhum train station. Sukhum is the capital of Abkhazia territory, but located in the country of Georgia. The intel indicated that the object was being transported from train to tractor-trailer. Intel suggests that Pinero is moving the object from Sukhum to Guinea by tractor-trailer. According to Intel, Victor Boat will be transporting the item by air from Farana to Colombia in South America. Victor was born in Dushanbe, Tajikistan. He started out as a Soviet military translator in the intelligence agency. He is now a suspected arms dealer and owns several shipping companies. Once in Colombia, Pinero will take over transportation once again and transport the weapon from Colombia to Barbados. Once in Colombia, Pinero will take over again. The weapon will be moved to Barbados. Once in Barbados, the weapon will be loaded into a submarine and moved to Cuba. Once the submarine reaches Cuba, Aries Somersano's 8-man strike team will take over. Somersano was born in Jakarta, Indonesia, and has been known to have led other attacks. He is also one of Al-Qaeda's point men in Southeast Asia. The team of 8 are a mixed team of Indonesian and Somalian pirates. The strike team will then transport the weapon to the target area in Washington, D.C. via submarine.
The financing portion of the operation was managed by high-level operatives in numerous terrorist organizations, receiving commanding orders from the Ustaz, Ramadan Abdullah Muhammad. On March 11, 2016, the French embassy in Damascus intercepted a conversation between Tarwat Salah Abdallah and Michael McKevitt. Tarwat Salah Abdallah was recorded recruiting Michael McKevitt for his skill set and resources to assist with a great duty. Michael McKevitt accepted and informed Tarwat Salah Abdallah of a man who might assist further. The first request for funding to finance the operation was on March 21, 2016. The French embassy Damascus again got alerted by automated monitoring of a cell phone conversation containing known terrorist code words. In the conversation, Tarwat Salah Abdallah asked Mikel Ansa and his wife Maria Eparguar for €5 million of funding to support for the big mission. Mikel Ansa and his wife Maria are both high-ranking leaders in the Euskadi Ta Aksuna and both have experience with financial distribution. Abdallah supplied some account information to Mikel. The conversation was organized by Michael McKevitt. On April 27, 2016, agents from a terrorist tracking program identified consistent banking activity between Western Europe and the Middle East. A transaction of €4.87 million was to be deposited by one entity using the alias Amboto, a name used by Maria Eparguar. These funds were deposited into an account at the Bank of Beirut in Beirut, Lebanon, and the account is owned by the International Islamic Relief Organization. The account number connected to this transaction is 00267103A500148H9. On June 7, 2016, a telephone conversation was intercepted between Nicola Panaro, a member of the Casalesi clan of the Camorra, and Tarwat Salah Abdallah, discussing an issue with the original cost agreed to move the special package. Nicola informed Salah that his price for the package would be higher than formerly discussed. On July 9, 2016, surveillance picked up another conversation between Nicola Panaro and Salah, discussing a plan that would allow Salah's people to raise more money, enabling their plans of delivering the special package to proceed. Salah presents a plan to raise the needed extra funds to aid the delivery of a special package. Salah's plan is to purchase and sell drugs to Farnah and Basque regions and return funds earned in these transactions back to Nicola. July 18, 2016. Communicating in text transcript, Michael McKevitt, who is known for coordinating terroristic operations, and Victor Bout, a known arms dealer, spoke of delivering a particular package for Nicola Panaro. On September 9, 2016, agents identified another large bank deposit of 5.02 million euros from Amboto into the International Islamic Relief Organization account previously used. The funds from both bank transactions are financial support for the attack called the Festival. The two large deposits are funding support for recruiting, travel, weapon purchases, and weapon creation for the Festival.
Following an arrest warrant being issued and carried out for Sharif Mobley, information was decrypted and the following 4 targets were noted from images as being labeled Alif, Ba, Ta, and Gim. Information on Zachariah Amara and Saad Khalid was also obtained and referenced. Target labeled Alif for the first letter of the Arabic alphabet looks to be Governor's Island indicated on the images. There are many hotspots noted with X's that could either isolate the New York Police Department or indicate suicide attacks on ferry boats. The map image on the left could indicate ferry boats with the red X's. Flow could be indicated by the arrows, and the circled area could be the target or lookout or landing zone. The target labeled Ba indicates a target that would affect the water supply to Washington, D.C. and surrounding areas. A spotting or landing area was indicated at National War College or National Defense University. These images showing the Ba location could indicate water flow with the red X's showing spotter or precise target locations. Sharif Mobley and 2 others were seen via surveillance camera outside of Norfolk Naval Base talking, pointing, and possibly casing targets or spotting locations. Target information was found after an arrest warrant for Mobley was issued. Target labeled Ta seems to indicate flow with the arrow and the 3 X's possible target areas. The circled clock tower may indicate the spotting location. Target labeled Gim could indicate that eliminating the MacArthur Causeway Bridge would isolate South Beach or simply an entrance. The X's and arrows in the image for target Gim could indicate an area of interest as a target or entrance into the United States by pirates.